So I just want to start off by thanking you, Zach, for speaking with me and for coming all the way to Toronto to do this interview. I also want to start by reiterating some of the private conversations that you and I have had, which is in speaking on your firsthand experience in this entire situation, to remember that Kayla is at the heart of it and to acknowledge the real gravity of what she went through and to encourage every single person to watch her videos first and foremost before they watch this, because I just don't want anything that we're speaking about today to overshadow her story. And with all that being said, I just want to allow you the opportunity to introduce yourself and your relationship to Evan.
Yes, so I'm Zach Sellers. I'm actually from Nashville, Tennessee. Me and Evan grew up in the same town, very small towns around the suburbs, so it would be a suburb of Nashville. We've always known of each other, but it's more of I knew of him, but never hung out with him.
Mhm.
He come back from LA back in January. That's when him and Kayla had, taken a break, I believe, and that was more of a break. Once he came back to Tennessee, we immediately started actually hanging out because he reached out and was like, I want to get into modeling. Can you help me out with all of that?
Mhm.
And he knew like I was in the modeling industry, so like he for sure wanted to like, me to like help him through it. So that's how it all become about.
Right. So like throughout the duration of your friendship with him, did you notice any red flags with him in the way that he behaved or anything looking back?
Looking back, believe it or not, I did not. There was times that it was always constant conversations of him saying, Zach, can you give me advice? Like, what do I do if Kayla goes public? Like, what do I need to do exactly? That kind of raised the little red flags because that was a constant question 24/7, to me every single time we would hang out. And I asked him, I was like, what is the worst that happened between you guys so I can give you the correct advice? And the worst that he had, told me during that time was they were very verbal. Never, nothing was never physical. There was
Mhm.
one time he said that for his protection, he had to hold her against the wall so she would not harm him. So at that time, when I say that, I was manipulated, I believed, Evan's side. I believed at one point I did not know Kayla. I believed that
Mhm.
she was, you know, in the wrong. She was the evil person.
Mhm.
Me looking back now, I know the true side.
Okay. Well, it's interesting that he was worried about Kayla going public because then the question is, what are you going public with? And if
Hmm.
you didn't do anything wrong, why would you be worried about that?
Yes.
And then you mentioned also something about Reddit. He would tell you that not to check Reddit. Was that
Yes.
correct? Why did he say that?